If you're looking at the Glen from Xero, and you're wondering whether this is a good shoe or not, hopefully this review gives you a good idea if in fact you should add this to your shoe collection. Here's my review. All right, so let's get into this Glen. When I was first starting off this whole journey of moving all of my shoes away from traditional shoes to the barefoot shoe, the very first shoe I needed to purchase was a dress shoe. Now, full disclosure, this is not a dress shoe. You can wear this to work depending on the environment, and you really have to just know your office. For certain jobs, maybe if you're a salesman, uh, maybe that might not be a big deal depending on what type of products you sell. But I imagine if you are selling luxury watches, you probably can't get away with wearing this shoe. But for most jobs, I think that it's okay. Most people have moved to business casual. It's not a bad looking shoe by any stretch of the imagination. I just want to make sure that everybody understands that this is not a dress shoe, right? This is an Oxford style, but it's not a dress shoe. Okay, getting that out the way. It's a nice looking shoe. When I first got it, I was a little hesitant because I was like, "Ooh, is this gonna look really sneakery? Like, does it look like a sneaker? Because if it does, I can't wear this." But it looks like a very nice sneaker. It doesn't look like an Adidas shoe or something like that. Like when you walk into the office, hopefully people don't look at you sideways when you put this thing on. For it to really be dressy, it would have to be a polished leather. A nubuck is typically not used for, business environments. Maybe you can get away with suede if you are in some type of that type of environment and your boss is cool. But in most cases, nubuck is not really that. But for what it is, it's a nice shoe. Definitely, you can wear this shoe going out. You can definitely wear this shoe getting drinks with coworkers. If you have, Saturday events or things outside of, your normal work hours, this shoe definitely works. And so who do I see this shoe for? I definitely see this shoe if you're looking for a very comfortable, I wouldn't call it a dress shoe, but if you're looking for a very comfortable office shoe or night out shoe, right? If you're a younger person and you're still going out to clubs, I don't go to the clubs anymore. I'm too old for that. But cigar lounge, you could do cigar lounge with this. Definitely going golfing, right? This would probably be a really good golf shoe for those who are looking for that. So let's look into it. Let's get into the actual styling of the shoe. I was able to purchase this shoe in two colors. I have the black nubuck, and I also have the brown one. I'll show you that one later. But the very first thing I noticed when I got this is, for those who are used to dress shoes, you'll notice that this is not stitched. This is cemented on or glued. Not a big deal because of the price point. This is around $100. So, I'm not expecting dress shoe level quality at this price range. But what I will notice is, or what I did notice, is the quality of leather is actually not bad. It's very soft inside. When I put it on my foot, it tends to get a little hot. And I think it's probably because of thickness of the leather. So just keep that in mind. Not a big deal if you're in an office because most offices have air conditioning. So shouldn't be that big of a problem. But if you are running around, let's say you're doing like trade shows or things like that, you might want to wear some athletic socks. I personally wear toe socks. So that kind of keeps the sweat down a little bit. Just keep that in mind. But other than that, it's a nice looking shoe for what you're getting. The bottom, not bad. I've kind of obviously I've worn this shoe, so it's a little dirty. It's not as wide as it looked when it got here. I've been using shoe trees to kind of help with. I don't know if you can see that, but I've been wearing shoe trees just to kind of help with keeping some of those wrinkles out of the toe box, and that's been working really well. The leather's been handling that pretty well. I'm supposed to be water resistant. Keyword resistant. So, don't expect to be walking in puddles with this thing. But, if it rains, you should be okay. Right? I haven't tested that out yet. It has rained a little bit, but it was a sprinkle, so it wasn't really enough for me to really make a comment on the quality of the water resistantness. But it's nubuck, and I've dealt with nubuck before, so I kind of have an idea of what to expect. Obviously, when it comes to shoes that are leather, you're going to get the most mileage out of your leather if you take care of it, right? So definitely you want to condition your leather every now and then just to make sure it looks nice. You definitely want to brush it so that it looks good. Just simple care. So this is what it looks like in black, and then I also have it. In brown. I personally think the brown looks better when I have the shoes on, especially if you're pairing this with a dark pant. Maybe you have some navy slacks or some dark blue jeans. I think these things are fire with that type of setup. I definitely think the brown is the way to go if you're going to get this shoe. Not to say that the black is bad, it's not. But definitely, I think the brown just looks better. The stitching on the shoe, I've noticed, is good. I think there's a little extra material on the vamp part of this, but outside of that, I think it's fine. I mean, I think they did a really good job of putting this shoe together. And again, for a shoe that's roughly around $100, I think this is a tremendous shoe for that price point. Now, that kind of goes into the competition for the shoe. Like, what other options would you have in this particular space? And quite frankly, there's not much. For one, it's a barefoot shoe. The wide toe box, the zero drop, all those things that goes into a barefoot shoe, the space is just very limited. You don't really have a whole lot of options to kind of fit all these different categories. So on that note, it almost stands alone. The closest I can get to a comp would be Allen Edmonds' Henderson Derby. That one is a similar style. Obviously, much narrower toe box, right? So it's not really a comp, right? It's not really that, because it's a completely different shoe, right? It has a heel on it. It has a narrow toe box. It has a bunch of cushioning. This is a barefoot shoe, right? And so it feels like a barefoot shoe. Like it allows your foot to move and flex the way it needs to. I'm getting used to that. I'm like probably at week 3, week 2 in this whole barefoot thing. So my feet have gotten a little bit more accustomed to walking around with barefoot shoes. So for me, it feels comfortable. I actually, funny story. I was wearing this just to test it out, and I had some backup shoes in my car, and I put these shoes on, and I tried to put my backup shoes back on because I was getting ready for a meeting, and I ended up having to go back to the car to put these shoes back on because the whole heel thing kind of just tripped me out. Like, once you start wearing barefoot shoes, it's kind of hard to go back. So I don't know if anyone else has experienced that, but so you get what with the barefoot thing. That's a unique part of this whole shoe. So the Derby from Allen Edmonds is not a real comp, but it's close enough. The styling is similar. It is a nubuck shoe. And if you look at the price of that one, right, normally it retails for $350, although I rarely see anyone actually paying $350 for this shoe. Typically, when people buy the Allen Edmonds Derby, they're probably getting it roughly on, $200, $180, something like that. So I'm going to use $200 as a more accurate price for that shoe. So comparing this shoe to that Allen Edmonds, that $200 shoe to a shoe that's $130, I would say it compares very well. The leather is decent leather. You have a pull tab, which I have not used. I usually just use a shoehorn. The nubuck has been good. I've scuffed it a little bit on the edges here, and it handled it like a champ. So I don't have any issues as far as quality wise. And there's really not much competition for this particular shoe. Maybe you're going to have to go into a different style. So do I recommend this shoe? For those who are trying to make that commitment to barefoot shoes, and you're looking for a shoe that you can take to the office, depending on what kind of office environment that you work in, that's, it accepts more of a business casual type setup. I think this is a great shoe to purchase for that use case. It's a comfortable shoe. It's not summer yet, so I need to probably do a follow-up video to really kind of see how it handles in summer. I'm in Texas, so our summer is summer. It's real summer over here. So I'll have to do a follow-up video on that. But as far as winter is concerned, my feet don't get cold. Granted, we're in Texas, so it's I don't really have winter like some other places do. But yeah, I have no problems with the comfort. I have no problems with the quality of leather that you receive. It is a cemented sole, so Xero doesn't offer a resoling service. So again, it's not a dress shoe in that regard. It is it's a beater shoe. You wear it, and then once you beat it to pieces, you kind of get rid of it and you get another one. So just keep that in mind. And I think for that price point and for what you're getting and the quality of the shoe, I think it's actually pretty solid. In my personal opinion. So yes, I do recommend this shoe. Now, I will say this. This shoe single-handedly has impacted my whole shoe collection like almost day one. I thought that I was going to be able to bounce in between barefoot shoes and my regular dress shoes. And what I found out after the week of just wearing just this shoe, that I'm going to have to go and replace my whole shoe collection. I'm going to have to get rid of my other shoes and replace it. Maybe not. I need something a little bit dressier than this one, but for the days that I don't have meetings, yeah, this is on my foot. I mean, this is a great shoe. If you are interested in purchasing this shoe, we do have a link in our description. I encourage anybody to use that link. It is an affiliate link. Yes, I know it's an affiliate link. I am a YouTuber. You guys should know what this is. So, help the channel out if you're interested in the shoe. If you do have questions about this shoe, put your questions in the comment section. I have no problems answering any questions that you may have. And if you guys want to see some, a follow-up on, long-term how this shoe performs, I don't mind doing that as well. It still is covered under Xero's general 5,000 mile warranty. I'm not running in this shoe, so to me that means that I should probably have this shoe for a while. That's what I'm assuming. And if it happens to completely fall apart, then I can always just take advantage of that warranty, get another pair of shoes like 60% off or whatever that percentage is, and I'm ready to go. So again, check out the link in the description. That is the Glenn from Xero, and we'll see you in the next video.